If you're watching this video, you may have been lied to. Because you do not need to just think positive, just let it go. If it was that easy, you wouldn't be here. And I know that you're probably already a pretty self-aware person, but there are 3 keys to healthy love for anxious attachment women that people are not talking about enough, and that's what I want to share with you in this video. I've personally spent over 600 hours coaching one-on-one with women and getting results, so I know that this is going to work for you. If you did have emotionally unavailable parents, past traumas, you're chasing avoidant men, you're overgiving, you're feeling anxious, this is the video for you. And I'm not going to sell you a dream that it's always going to be super easy, but it is pretty simple if you understand why your brain is wired for anxiety and what to do about it. Each of these 3 things are building blocks that work with each other, so you will need to know all 3 of them if you want to become confident and magnetic and peaceful. So do not miss any one of the 3 things that I'm going to share in this video. So the first thing is this scarcity equals specialty bias of our brain. We crave what seems rare because we believe that what is rare must be special. That's why when he doesn't text you for 3 days and then on that 3rd day you get that little "what's up" text, your brain floods with dopamine. You're an intelligent woman, I'm sure you are. I know women that have degrees that are very established, that are so smart, that can give people advice about their love lives. So then they're confused about, why is my brain getting excited over this message? It is just because your brain is seeing that as something scarce. It is because that person is creating a feeling of lack, of rarity, right? You're gonna be more excited if I bring you a one-of-a-kind, only one in the world. This bag belonged to your celebrity and it's a Birkin and nobody else has it in the world, than if I bring you a plastic bag from your local supermarket. Why? Because it's rare, so we know it's special, so we think it's valuable. And your brain is trying to apply this to relationships, but using ancient wiring for our brain that kept us alive throughout the times of evolution that doesn't really fit into society anymore. Because the truth is, an avoidant man who's going to text you once every 3 days is actually not rare. And you've probably noticed, if you really think about it, that they're very easy to find. There's nothing special about it. And what we want is to become uninterested by this. The more times that you engage in it, the more addictive that it's going to be. The more times that you allow yourself to go down thought spirals of all the things that makes this person special and right for you, and all the fun things that you did together, and how they held the door open for you on the date and nobody else has ever done that. The more dopamine that is literally physically, scientifically going to be released in your brain when you do get that text message. So what I want you to do is be neutral. When they do something good for you, be neutral. Just keep observing. When they do something negative, they pull back their energy, be neutral, keep observing. The more excited you get about the good things, the more devastating you're going to be if they don't follow through on that, and the more that the breadcrumbs are going to have an effect on you. Anxious attachment is nothing more than a lack mindset. It's your brain believing that you need to grip onto any love that you can find because there's not a love in the world. And so I want you every single day to focus on nothing more than remembering love is abundant, love is all around you, all the connection, all the fulfillment, all the peace that you want is already available to you, and you just have to tap into it now. And there is absolutely no man in the world that is going to be able to unlock some special amount of love that you're not able to connect to now. And so when you are dating, when you are making a decision about a person, I want you to ask yourself, does this feel safe, warm, and easy? Or does this feel special, rare, and mysterious? One is true love, and the second is addiction. Number 2 is your love template. Your love template is what makes you feel like, wow, this is special. Wow, this is bringing up feelings of love, of attraction within me. That is decided by how you treat yourself. The love that you give yourself is the love that you will accept from others. And so if you are accepting breadcrumbs, gaslighting, lies, disinterested behavior, or anything of the sort that is not aligned with your dream husband, then it means that you have not set a love template for yourself that is high enough. that means you are lying to yourself, you are not showing up for yourself, you are not interested enough in yourself, you are not treating yourself like a queen or a princess enough. And that's why these men are able to come and match the level of love that you're giving yourself, and it's making you feel horrible. If your love template is so high, then you're going to be uninterested by anyone who is not at least meeting you where you're at. And that is really a secret for us women, is that any partner that we choose must be able to level us up in some way. If they are not leveling up your life, your existence, your self-worth, then they will be dragging it down. That is the law of nature. You will acclimate to the level of your partner. You will acclimate to see yourself the way that they see you. So if they don't see you as a queen, your self-worth is going to be dropping and dropping and dropping by the week. And that is how we end up looking back and saying, how did this relationship destroy me like this? But the truth is, no relationship has the power to destroy you. Only we have the power to make self-destructive decisions and self-destructive partner selections. The water that surrounds a boat does not sink it. Only the water that enters the boat can sink it. None of these men can affect your self-esteem, your self-worth, or your life unless you let them in. And so if you want to be a queen and get the treatment of a queen and manifest the life of a queen, then you need to have the same royal boundaries, royal gates around your life that does not let in anyone who is showing red flags. And I'm saying this advice specifically for you because yes, of course, we need to be able to trust. We need to be able to open our hearts. We need to be able to do all these things. But if you are anxious attachment, if your safety mechanisms are telling you, please give me love, then this is not your issue. You do not need to be focusing more on opening up your trust and opening up your heart. What you need to be focusing on is cementing those gates in a way that is going to protect you and is going to not actually give you more traumas that are going to stop you from trusting. When you only let in those people who have pure intention, it's not really that hard to trust because our track record shows us that men are amazing, men level us up, men give us love, men are supportive, men enter into these relationships where we're able to nurture them and it feels great and it's amazing. And it doesn't mean that all of these relationships are going to be the one or the husband or something that lasts for you, but it does mean that you don't have to keep attracting toxic relationships, and that the relationships that you're now able to manifest are going to teach you lessons in a much more merciful and peaceful and valuable way. And the reason why our love template is so important is because when we show up for ourselves so powerfully, we are going on those self dates, we are protecting ourselves, we are showering ourselves with words of affirmation every single day. The bar naturally gets raised and those golden gates of protection naturally are in place, because it's just laughable to see somebody coming in and trying to give you less love than you're already giving yourself. When you're so deprived of love from yourself because you're not giving yourself those things, any little breadcrumb will do. And another secret is that this is even more true if you are trying to move on from someone or get over a breakup and that person is recircling back and trying to hoover you back in. Because spiritually, energetically, we have more protection for things that we are naive to, for things that we don't know. So a person that is completely unconscious of the fact that they have the power to create their reality, that they should be kind to people, that they should share, are gonna experience less immediate and less harsh consequences than a person like you who knows that you should be doing those things. So if we translate that into relationships, if it's a new person and you generally thought, okay, I think that this could be a healthy, respectful partner for me, and then as things go ahead, you find out it's not actually the type of connection that you were wanting to manifest, the lesson's not going to come through in such a harsh and painful way. However, if it is a partner that you have been through 10 times, you got back together 3 times, and then you're now questioning, feeling really lonely, can I just send them that, hey, how's life? You just saw that they have a new girlfriend, you just saw them at the supermarket, and you're feeling pulled to re-enter back into that old timeline. You now don't have the protection of not knowing, the protection of naivety. You already know the outcome, you already know how this person is. And so the fact that you go and make this decision from a place of knowing that this is going to be destructive to you and you do it anyway, does usually mean that the lesson will be harsher for you and you won't have the same spiritual protections in place. So it's really important to stay true to what you know, and to not just know it, but do it and live it. Some people ask me, how about the template of what he should be like? Should I write down a list? Should I be very specific of how he should look and where he should live and what he should be and what he should believe? Or should I just leave that open to the universe? The best way that you can get the best out of both worlds is positives and negatives to both. When you're hyper specific, you're able to call in exactly what you want, but then oftentimes you'll find out, oh, I thought I wanted that, but it actually didn't give me the happiness that I thought it would. When you leave it to the universe, you're able to call in what is truly right for you, but you might feel confused about how to know if this person that's showing up is actually from the universe or it's another distraction, because you don't have a list to compare them to. So the best thing that I found to do is to, instead of making a "this is my husband" list, make a "this is not my husband" list. That way, the universe has all the space to create the right conditions, the right person, and the right relationship to be attracted to you without force, without control. But you also have a very clear list of boundaries for yourself of what you will not accept and what your husband is not. This red flag list helps anxious attachment girlies a lot, because as soon as the chemicals get stimulated, as soon as that dopamine kicks in, you're likely to literally forget all of those things that you said you wanted and to start lowering all sorts of boundaries. This is a list that you get to hold yourself to, and the way that you're going to show yourself and the universe that you do hold boundaries, and therefore that you're actually a match to call in a man that is also not going to cross your boundaries. As soon as you cross your own boundaries, you can guarantee that you're going to attract an experience where people are trying to cross them as well. You can have a 2-strike rule, but a true strike means 2 strikes, not 22. The third essential thing, and if you made it to this point, it's a very short video, but you know what? Probably about 10% of people are going to have made it to this point. That is something that I just want to celebrate yourself for, of just showing the commitment that you have. The fact that you are determined to take in this knowledge and to make change shows me that you are 100% going to be successful. And that's why, please literally go right now, pause this for a second, and go to my Instagram and DM me to say, Minnie, I watched all the way through your Manifesting Healthy Love video, and just send me that over so that I can send you a special treat, a special gift from me to you for getting to this point. Okay, point number 3 is the validation cleanse. This is essential, and that's why I say watch all the way, because there's always something essential at the end. The validation cleanse is what is going to allow you to feel safe enough, you to break the addictions that keep you in the past. If your sense of validation, if your sense of feeling safe to know that yes, I am good enough, yes, everything is going to be okay, if that's coming from external sources, from other people, from sexual validation, from Instagram, internet validation, from text, from getting a person to want to choose you to be their girlfriend, if it's coming from that, no matter what practices you do, you will keep acting out anxious attachment tendencies, because there is nothing more powerful to the brain than feeling safe. And so for any of these things to work, for you to be able to stick to your "not my husband" list, for you to be able to focus and put the energy and time into raising your love template with how you're treating yourself, for you to do any of these things, you need to get your safety from inside yourself. The thing that decides whether you're safe or not has to be, am I connected to myself? Am I connected to a higher power? The way that we treat addiction is by cleansing, right? This is an addiction like any other addiction. So you have to detox, you have to starve off that addiction. I'm not saying that dating apps are bad. I'm not saying that posting hot selfies on Instagram is bad, nothing like that. But I want you to go on a 14-day cleanse for yourself. 14-day cleanse. This is free. This is something you can do no matter how busy you are, so there is no excuses not to do with this. I want you to delete every dating app. I want you to not post on your story or anything like that unless it's like your business and you have to. I want you to think about each move that you're going to do, even just the way that you're, maybe a cute guy is walking past and you're adjusting yourself and you're whatever it is. I want you to cleanse out any action that asks for external validation to make you feel safe. And I want you to go through the detoxing process, the sweating it out, the feeling sick, the headache for this 14 days of like, I'm just all alone, I'm bored, what am I doing tonight? Now I feel lonely, now I'm starting to think, I've got all this space in my brain to think about what happened 10 years ago and what my first boyfriend said. I want you to go through that process, because this is gonna make you strong. This is gonna make you strong enough to be that queen. As long as you stay weak and needy, you're gonna keep being a victim, and that means you're gonna keep attracting abusers. and people that are either consciously or subconsciously abusing your weakness and your own lack of self-worth. I want you to go through this 14 days, no matter if you feel lonely at times, no matter if you feel bored, and prove to yourself that you are strong, that you do not need anything, because all you need is your connection to yourself and your connection to a higher power. Every time that you feel lonely, I want you to call upon a higher power. Say, universe, give me divine strength to not need anything. Universe, give me such an intimate connection to myself that I feel whole right now. Universe, remind me of how whole I am. I want you to speak to the universe so that you are building this connection that is going to be safe no matter what. And this is the actual only point of safety that can withstand anything. Because if your safety comes from keeping your children happy, God forbid something could happen. The child disowns you, the child moves countries, the child passes on. That can happen. Same with your partner. Same if you're living for your job. Same if you're living for the Instagram likes, whatever it might be. All of these things are human. All of these things have an end. All of these things are unstable. All of these things peril in the face of death. But a higher power does not. If you're having a panic attack, the only thing that is going to make you feel a level of acceptance and surrender if you're having a panic attack and you think you're going to die is knowing, even if I die, I am with God. Even if I die, I am safe. I know that not everyone's going to be ready to hear this, but I come from a family where we have a genetic history, a spiritual link with panic attacks where we feel like we're going to die, with over worrying about health issues and thinking it might be something that's going to kill us. And the thing that we have all learned and mastered to come back to is, all I need is God. I am with God. I surrender. And in that, you're able to melt away your anxiety. And of course, if this can work in the face of death, it can definitely work in the face of an avoidant man. Keep coming back to that affirmation. All I need to be whole and safe is my connection to God. I am never alone because the universe is supporting me. The universe is protecting me every step of the way. And you are going to create such a high frequency for yourself that you're going to be amazed at the type of connections that start to come in. If you enjoyed this video, then you are going to have to watch this video as well, because it's going to be really useful for you. I will see you in the next video. Have a blessed day.